Hi, everybody. I'm Vicki Martin, and I am the owner of Get Your Soulmate and Dump the Rest. I am scheduled at 11:30 BC time, 3:30 Nova Scotia time. I am jumping on a few minutes early, so let's give everybody a little chance to hop on. I'm also just making sure I'm working out any of the little bugs here while I'm here. Let me see. I just want to make sure that I see what is going on here because I'm pretty sure that there is a place here for you guys to message me also, and I want to make sure that I can see those questions. Um, all right, where's my question? All right. I'm seeing nobody online. I'm seeing somebody that is online. It might be me. I am looking for my question, my chat. Usually, the last time I did this, it was a chat on the side. So I won't be able to see what anybody is interacting with me if I don't find this chat. It is 11:29 here, so I do have a moment before I can find out. Um, comments. Um, All right. So, hi everybody. I'm Vicki Martin. It is going on to 11:29. I have another minute. I'm just looking for my chat box. It's supposed to be here. So, if this way, if anybody has any questions, we'll be able to have an interaction. I do. I'm I'm just trying to figure out where my chat box is because of the fact is it's going to be really important for this to be a little bit more engaging. So while we're getting started, I am going to, and I don't want to, if anybody knows where I'm supposed to go to get this chat box, let me know. Um, I see a couple of people here jumping on. Oh my goodness, did I lose it? I hope I didn't lose it. So first of all, I'm Vicki Martin. I am owner of Get Your Soulmate, Dump the Rest. I am a relationship coach. I'm actually an image professionalism uh, and dating and relationship coach. So my business is in order to assist you with coaching you through whether it is finding that partner or guiding you while you're dating that partner. There is a possibility that you have a relationship that's established and you just need some guidance into order to make that relationship go the way that maybe um, it would be more beneficial. Maybe perhaps you are also one of those people who are, seeming to be making lots of effort to finding that special someone and seem to not have the tools or the confidence in order for them to follow through with their their search. So I offer everything from basically their aesthetics to, styling, maybe perhaps a little bit of understanding mannerisms or etiquette or different ways that it is beneficial for everybody to be the image that they want to project in order for them to be able to attract those that they are feeling that they would want to date and make sure that they are offering their best package. Um, so basically, I've been doing this for a couple of years, and the way I was doing it before was a little bit more through an insight in a different way. And then what I've done is I've gone in a different direction where I have taken so many different courses under my belt so I can come at it in a more basically an understanding way through psychology and through different techniques in order to ensure that you are going to get the best advice. And because we all basically want to make sure that we are doing the right thing. We tend to flirt with many different techniques, and we're just kind of like a little bit in unfamiliar territory, and we just know that the results are not always really what you want to receive. So, how we go about this sometimes is we we're kind of finding what is going to work for us. And in some cases, many of you are, doing the same thing over and over and over again and not getting the results that is, the positive way. So what's happening is it's creating this stigma and these stories that you're telling yourself over and over and over again. There are also some other factors that we will be able to sit and go through, and that is those, self assessments of really who are you? And in most cases, we're so busy chasing after, something that is never attainable that we forget who we really are and really what we need. And so I kind of bring people to a understanding in a different perspective of how to see themselves and look at some of the things that may have to be looked at, maybe let go, maybe release. So sometimes people are scared. They don't want to go and look at, something that people see themselves maybe in a negative light. And that's not how I do things. I like to have those aha moments. I also like to be able to encourage people to see that they have all the tools. They have all the answers. The only thing that they just need somebody to validate in a nice, easy package, and it allows them to, embrace the fact with that confidence, and they have that person that's saying, you're doing great. I'm kind of like the cheerleader, but I'm also allowing this person to process. Many times when we have more of failure than success, we tend to see ourselves always repeating that failure because the few times that we've had the success, we are not feeling accountable for that. So people are also trying too hard. It's a tough one to really understand that. But there are people who want something so bad that they try so hard that they don't understand the physics and the science and what is really actually taking place. So when I can, kind of map it out there and show them this is what I am gathering from you, and this is what I'm going to reflect back to you. What is this? What is this saying to you now? And you're able to actually take that information and say, "Ooh, I never noticed that before." So there are so many ways that we have behaved with relationships where we're finger pointing, we're like, it's your fault and my fault, and why is it this is happening? Um, let's just say it's not the people you are choosing to have these relationships that we want to blame, because that is not how this works. I have had so many people come to me who want to say, "Hey, I have all these things happening because these people are bad, and this is what's happening." Where I see the good in everyone, and there is always some truth to what is happening in the dynamic of the relationship between everyone. And when there is entanglements and there is odd attractions, and there's all sorts of different things that are taking place, and people sometimes, you can research and you can Google and you can try, and it's never seeming to work out. Um, there, there are other factors that could be involved, and that's why I find that coaching more one-on-one, we can really get into the core of what is taking place here while we are, talking to everyone in a general way. There are certain consistencies that you're going to find in every different dynamic. Um, there are um, ways that there are people who are not in your best interest, who are seeking you for not the same things as what you're seeking, but there are reasons why you are attracting those types of people. And there are choices that we make, that we do things and we don't really see why we're doing those things. There's also a pattern that we seem to create since we are 2 years old of how to manipulate people to do things for you. And there is a behavior that we tend to learn as we evolve to um, try to make people outside of ourselves, follow through with, if I want this, I want you to validate, I want you to show me the things that I can't do for myself. I need you to answer my questions. How many people are chasing after someone that will not end this dynamic because they ghosted them, because they were so used to allowing people make decisions for them that they need that person who ghosted them to make a decision. Let's end this. It's just basically it's dynamic that's taken place. So when you are able to actually see the patterns and see the behaviors and see what has taken place, those really change the way you look at everything. Um, some some people may want to just take a little stab and try a little bit of a mini session with a package just to get them started. How do I just start? I'm newly single. I want to find that special someone. I have had no success. So what we do is we assess, what are you delivering? Are you are you familiar with the dating sites? So I basically have been researching this for a little while. I'm a little bit of an expert single person, and so I've had many successes, and I've had those trials and tribulations just like everyone else, and I've learned a lot through each of these relationships. And I've learned through the people that I've coached through. And I've learned so many things as I went on my own journey. And it has come to a place where I can see the different dynamics. And then with the educations, I was able to see more. And I was like, wow, that's, that's how it's done. Um, I have decided um, through some people need someone to give them a detailed, observation. How should you present your profile? What places should I go and apply? What are the ways that I message people? What are the dynamics of how I should go about this? But you know what? There are the people that you have to avoid, and I'm not stating that I'm making any decisions for you. It's not my place. However, sometimes some people don't have all the facts and information in order for them to make a conscious decision. So I will provide people with lots of details on, those people that are possibly scams and trying to take your money, or some of the behaviors that because we all know that person who had engaged in those messages for a period of time to get that fatal message. Oh, I need some money. So there are payoffs, there are ways that we are, coming up to, we want something, we need something, and we're not for really getting there. So for those who have not yet visited my website, it is loveinthe12thdimension.com. I basically have your there's a question survey there when you first start, and it's basically just to give you a little bit of an insight on basically how you perceive yourself while you are um, you know on this journey of trying to find your partner, or how are you perceiving yourself while you are currently dating your partner. If you are doing all these practices, and I'm practicing everything you told me, Vicky, and I'm researching all the different videos online, and I'm following all of those, I'm doing this, and I don't know if you can see what's taking place with this energy, but if people understand how laws and dynamics and what happens subconsciously as well as consciously, people are going to be resistant, because of the fact is the harder you create this need, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this, you are also pushing the potential away with this pressure. It's, when you think of those, pressure cookers, and you put the jars in, and you're creating this intense heat, and it's all contained inside. And then what happens is eventually that top, if it's not screwed on right, it's going to explode and hit the light, or the ceiling. And I have even witnessed myself when you go in and you just kind of like fall into it, but you didn't really deal with the core issues. You could really have your pressure cooker top screwed on there so tight that when it finally loosens, you could have quite an explosion and say, what happened there? So there are ways to go about it to save you some face. Because when we all look at what has been taking place, um, there is a lot of hmm, shoulda, coulda, woulda. I kind of wish I did. And unfortunately, there are lots of times when we can look back and we can look at, relationship regrets. And we can look at, I wish I did that differently. But I'm here to tell you, there are no mistakes. There are no way that you actually make a mistake. Relationships are always a gift. And whether they are, you know, for those who, will tell me about their narcissistic or their, toxic relationships, there are dynamics that are in play. And so everyone is always a gift for you to see something at that time. And for those who are not understanding that, um, message me, um, and for 15 minutes, I'll have a quick little chat with you. But please, on scheduled time. I just can't jump on the chat whenever anybody messages me. It's been happening a lot, and I have to, try to be discerning. The the thing is it's really important. Those who are with a partner, it's not always perfect. It's not always roses. However, you figured out in most cases who you are and what they need. But in many cases, people are in unfamiliar territory. They're in situations and dynamics, and they're like, they're attracting partners who have certain behaviors that the attraction was created there because of the polarity differences between you. And it's causing some forms of attachment, and your behaviors are not typical, and that puts you into a situation where you can get a little stuck and lost, and it can cause you some, self your self understanding is a little distorted. So, I get that, and I understand where that's coming from, and sometimes people don't see it themselves. Um, the packages, the lowest end package, is a starter package, and it's basically will give you an overview of, and yes, and these are all explained in the website, lovingthe12th dimension.com. I'll put the link underneath this video when it's done. But this is the thing. When you have a scheduled session with me, I will be, first of all, telling you whatever we discuss is personal and private. I'm not going to be sharing it with the world unless, you put a public post out there and you're, saying whatever. I use it for a testimonial because, you're putting it out there. That's different. But the conversations that we have are personal, and they are the integrity of what we talk about is only between me and you, or the partners involved. These are not gossiping sessions. These are not for you to vent. These are for you to elevate yourself in a state of success. It is to elevate yourself in basically your own self empowerment and your own tools and behavior to be able to add on. So this is not a place for you to be tearing down yourself and criticizing yourself in any way. I will minimize that as much as I can. I will give you some suggestions on how you can approach certain things, but it's really important for most of you to understand that you already are worthy and capable of having your perfect partner. You just have to get yourself out of the way. And also understand that sometimes you're doing too much. And so it's simple. It's much more simple than what many people realize is that we tend to get stuck and we don't know how to get stuck, unstuck. Um, when we look at behaviors, there are reasons why. And when those behaviors are actually looked at, you'll notice that some of those attachments will fall off. And so I share my story, and you will be able to share yours too. There are different types of packages, and maybe the packages are not designed ideally for you. Do not hesitate to message me and to, state this is, I have some clients that I'm doing that now currently. This is what I am needing some assistance. And then I will come back and tell you, this is what I'm aware that we should do. And this is kind of an outcome. And this is how we're going to do it. And then it will give you a chance to see if it's for you. And because of the fact is, everything is not always going to be um, clearly this or that, and it's not always going to be the same for everyone. Um, so my question is to you, how many of you know someone who is in that perfect relationship? How many of you look around you and see people in partnerships and companionships and they're wonderful and they are in that happy dynamic? How many of you are alone and feeling lonely and feeling not loved because of the fact that you're not in that type of relationship? I will state to you that there is some key points to what is going on and how you can be able to, maybe let go of a partner from the past, or perhaps um, be able to more than let go a person from the past, but somebody from the past, but also there would be somebody that may have told you a story, and somehow that story is playing over and over again in your head. Maybe perhaps there are, some dynamic that is playing over and over again that you haven't yet processed, and that pattern is something that you need to work out. So there are different ways that we can design tools that are for you. I know I'm rambling on here. I apologize for that. I am encouraging everybody to um, think for a moment, what would I like to have as an outcome? Do do I do I want a partner? Do I want to improve the relationship I'm in? And you know, is this relationship I'm in possible that it can be improved? And if it can not be improved, am I willing to walk away from that partnership? Those are quite those are quite intense questions for people to think about. But that is basically a start of where, you know, things can be moving forward. Um, Many times I've come across clients who are, you know, they want to have that companion or that partner, but they're not ready to let go of someone that they have a dynamic that was playing out. And that possibility of having that dynamic still there is actually an undercurrent of why other things are not working out, if that makes sense. You can email me, um, and the email is provided on my website. It's Vicky Martin MUA at hotmail.com. My phone number, if you wish to text me, we can set up a session. Like I said, I'm willing to give those who are genuinely curious a 15-minute info session and see if we are a right fit for the inquiry of what you have. Um, I must add for all of you, I've been getting a lot of messages from single men who are thinking I'm single. Um, sorry guys, it's not going to happen. I appreciate your attention, but that's not what I do. And that's not the dynamic that's going to play out here. Um, I do encourage everyone, no matter who you are, to love yourself, to understand when you truly are you whole and complete in your truth, um, what your intentions are really do shine through. And for those who are sincerely kind, caring, and considerate, and wants to have a partner to do those same things too, it's important for you to understand that you are going to surely receive um, as well yourself all of those. I'm just looking to see if there was any messages being sent to you guys. Um, see. I'm just looking to see if there was any forms of messages through the group. For some reason, I'm not able to access the chat. I don't know what happened to it. It was there earlier. It's gone. Um, I believe that if anybody wants to post any comments or any questions after this video, I will go and try to answer for you as much as I can. Those who may have um, some kind of questions for, you know, short and sweet, how can I do this? Um, I will tell you not all the details that I provide on the website. It gives you a general overview that is quite universal. For some of you, you may need to have a little bit of the image thrown in there. Some of you may need a little bit more guidance and details and understanding the step-by-step dynamics of going online or how to go from online to dating in person, or a little bit more detail on the different types of dating apps, or the pros and cons to what type of people you meet and what type of dynamics can happen with these people that you meet. Most of you just need to get tools so that you can go in with confidence. And and like I said, some of you may, need to learn how to get your game on. There are certain techniques. I coach men, and so men, the woman's mind and the male dynamic is not always the same. Men, you know what? You need to be the one to approach and pursue these women. That's what it is. Men, it's all subconscious, and so there are certain things that are going to make sense when we have that discussion. Why is it that you're doing it this way and it's just like turning the girls off? Well, there is some subconscious ways that we're reacting to a certain behavior that is making us uncomfortable. Women, stop chasing the men. I am guilty of it myself. I have known myself to chase men, and unfortunately, um, it's funny. As soon as I stop and they come after me, I'm like, yeah, I'm done with you. So it is a dynamic that has happened. And in most cases, the one story I get a lot is, yeah, nobody's out there. I gave up. I They are not afraid of the new person. They're afraid of old pain. And if you go and check out my blog, you'll see that I've been putting some different types of free advice and pointers. And even me myself, I have um, had that beautiful dynamic where I have gone through a situation where layers and layers and layers of me start peeling away, and that core issue had come up, and I didn't even know where it came from. And so, because of the fact when I went back to um, what I do here, I was able to see it from a completely different perspective and not be so personally involved. And sometimes what people don't realize is the dynamic that has taken place instead of, the person and you doing your best and them doing their best and the dynamic still plays. And why it happened, because we can all go back and feel victim, or we can see us feeling pain and rejection and all those different things that made this not a happy day. But I want you to take some time and listen to the benefits if you did it correctly. There are many different times when, you might have had somebody coach you through um, weight and diet and exercising, and you've managed to compete on a stage. Or you have, taken on a new job and you've had some proper training right at the start and became really good at doing your performance. And so that's the thing is, I have designed these programs from start to finish in order for you to have the outcomes that are realistic and with your expectations going to generate um, the possibility of receiving a better chance because you'll have the tools and you would have what is necessary for you to be able to be successful. You don't always have to be fake. In fact, I encourage you to be integrity. Um, I am probably giving you so much information, you might be a little overwhelmed right now. And my intention was just to um, kind of identify some of the challenges and what is going on in my website and how I can actually help you. And My thing is, I was just like you. And how is it that now I have the advice for you? Well, I made this my mission. I made this my purpose. And for a while, I've been gathering this information. And that's all I focused on for a very long time. How to do this from start to finish and to be efficient and to do this. Because more than anything, I wanted my soulmate too. And so you have to understand, if you actually do it right and you actually allow the process to happen, you'll be so amazed. You'll be so blessed. And when it happens, you would understand how happiness was nothing at all with what you truly thought it was. And that your soulmate, the restrictions that you put on it, really, truly is more remarkable, more beautiful, and you can just, realize that as long as you allow yourself to play in this dynamic, you really are not going, you're going to find this is a lot of work. So, no hesitation to message. And please follow through the group. I'm going to always be having free information, free advice, and there is always someone who is going through something and needs you to bring them here, or you may be looking for that advice, because we all are love inside of us, but how is it projected inside of us is key, you know. So I look forward to our session. I look forward to all of you who want to sign up. I am having a little bit of, currently I am adding a bonus hour to each of my session packages. And for anybody who wants to inquire, you can message me and tell me what you're interested in. The budget I will reveal. So basically, the packages are 150, 250, and 350 per for the the different packages. The 150 actually contains quite an assortment of details. And so not only is your coaching sessions there, there is a little bit of your image and your designing of different things. And there's a lot of time and effort that's involved. So if you are just reaching out and you need just a question, I encourage you to do that, um, because I will, let you know what I can do for you and show you what I can do to help. And for others who really truly don't have the effort or the time, but they want to read my books, I have basically um, Love in the 12th Dimension. The other one is Twin Flames Reunite. And I currently still, I unpublished Come Play in My Sandbox, which is another book, which is about a journey of self-discovery. And it's quite a bit of changing your perspective of evolution and what that means in a world of trying to be a better person and realizing simplifying your life is not as hard as what it seems. I welcome you to my group. I welcome you on this journey, and I welcome you in this new part of a life that you're being exposed to. And so I welcome you to join us and look forward to where this goes.